welcome to the Movie Club UK. This is episode 1, season 1, and I'm here with my co-host Ash and I, and my boy Fizz.
What's up?
What are you guys saying?
Ladies first.
You always do that. Always gets ladies first me. I'm good today. How are you?
I'm good too. It's been a tough week, feeling a bit sick and whatnot, but we're here. What about you?
It's been a long week, but it's a good time to, number one, watch movie, because of the weather especially.
Yeah.
Number 2, record a podcast.
Excellent.
Perfect.
What about you, bro?
Me, I'm good, man. It's been a long week.
Yeah.
You know, work, gym.
I literally thought today, obviously, first episode, I'm calling this guy. The first going, boop, 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 boop. I'm thinking, nah, there's no way this guy's flopping me. But
I come out the station.
Train strikes as well, innit?
Yeah, I come out the station. I'm just seeing missed calls from this guy. I was like, what's going on? I've called him. He's like,
He's giving me a
you
heart
called me
attack.
scared. You called me scared, you know. I was
Giving me a
like,
heart attack,
bro,
thinking-
you're good, man. I can never miss this, bro.
Yeah.
And then you ended up being the earliest, so.
It's crazy. The furthest man.
And yeah,
Making it here first. It's
It
crazy.
gets like that. So what's it called? You can follow us on the Movie Club UK on Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Snapchat. I still got to make a Snapchat. I haven't made one. I still got to make a TikTok, in fact. But we got the Instagram there and we got the Twitter there. So you can follow us on the Movie Club UK. So yeah, Ash, you got an icebreaker. Obviously, this is our first podcast, so we're just getting used to the settings and whatnot. Ash,
Okay.
kick us off with an icebreaker.
I have got an icebreaker. So, I wanted to know about you guys' movie experiences, mostly for this movie. So, obviously, without speaking about the movie yet,
Yeah.
what did you guys do? Like, set the scene. Who was you with? What cinema?
Shall I go first?
Yeah. Let's go.
Okay, so I went with my siblings. We actually went to, where did we go? I can't lie, guys, I chose the cheapest cinema. I chose you to choose anywhere you wanted. It's all going to be on me and whatever. But for me, I chose the cheapest thing. It was in Finchley. So we went O2 Finchley. Initially, I was going to go by myself, but then it was a Saturday night. I'd have been a bad guy to have my siblings in the house and I've just gone by myself.
Is that all 4 siblings?
No, so I offered everyone. My older sister, she was busy. My sister, who's 18, she had an exam the next day, so she said it's not a good idea. But my 2 youngest ones, the most important ones, they said yeah, they'll with it. So watched it with them in. How do you pronounce? Is it View or VUE? Because I always say
It's
say
View,
View.
and I've never had that question
View.
before in
Is
my
it?
life.
I've never heard someone
VUE.
say
everybody always laughs at me when I'm going to VUE.
You
They're
actually
like,
say the whole
what are
thing.
you doing, bro?
Honestly, you're such a fuck.
Yeah. I literally, but yeah, View. So I went to View, got the ticket $5.99. Yeah, it was alright, to be fair.
Okay, yours. Did you go to Odeon?
Listen, when I tell you about
Don't do that.
when I tell you about that day, yeah, it started off with, it was an L to begin with. I bought the tickets. I went with my girlfriend, by the way.
Yeah.
I bought my tickets.
Shout out to your girlfriend.
Shout out, man. Come on. Bought my ticket and I booked it for the wrong place. I booked it for Westfield Stratford. Stratford, sorry.
Yeah.
And I went to View in Leicester Square. So I went to the guy, showed him the ticket. He said,
way.
this is for another cinema. I was
No
like, what?
way.
I was like, bro, you're lying. He said, no, it's like, you need to call customer support so they can change it. I was like, oh my days.
So did you actually do that?
Of course not. My girl was telling me, oh, like, isn't there anyone we can talk to? Like, I was like, we just spoke to someone. She said, but he's not the manager there. I was like, you know, when she was saying all of this, but I was just looking at, what's it, White City, looking to go View there. So, because obviously you know he sent us the piece to watch it.
Yeah.
But I just had to end up spending my own money.
Of course. Of course, you could hit me up. Oh, bro, send more money for another ticket.
Yeah, so that happened. But luckily we got there. It took us about maybe like 25 minutes to get there. It was calm. She ended up buying slushies because she saw how stressed I was. Like, oh,
She bought you a slushie.
Yeah.
Hacks of
So,
relationship.
yeah, so it was calm. And then, literally, that was pretty much it.
Nice. What about you, Ash?
Okay, I'm surrounded by people. You can't pronounce View or,
VE.
and you went to the wrong cinema.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I, on the other hand, okay, we'll see how we get into it. I went by myself.
Okay.
And I feel like that's controversial because for me, I was like, I want to watch this movie before we film the podcast. And so yeah, I just went by myself. I know everyone's seen it. And then when I spoke to my friends after, they were like, "What? You went by yourself?" And everyone was like, "Oh, you should have asked me. I've seen it already, but you should have asked me." I was like, so I wanted to know, what's your guys' opinions on going to the cinema by yourself? And if you see someone at the cinema by themselves, do you judge them?
Okay, I can't lie to you guys. When I was in college, I can't remember why or for what reason. There was one day I bunked off college and I went to the cinema. I can't even remember what film I saw, whatever, but I went by myself. Literally by myself. And it was one of the most awkwardest experiences that I've ever had. Not because, like, I didn't enjoy the movie, even though I can't remember it. It's not because of that. It was literally just thinking that there were eyes on me, thinking, oh, yeah, that guy's by himself. Or, like, what's he doing by himself? Or you got no friends? Or you got... Like, it was literally just me feeling that there was eyes on me was the reason why I thought it was very, very awkward. Other than that, I had a great time watching the film, to be fair. Yeah. I think you should literally, if you want to see a film... I'm the type of person who doesn't wait for anybody to do anything. Yeah. Like same. Some of my friends, they get annoyed at me. You don't even ask. You just think about yourself. But I'm just that type of person. If I want to do something, I'll do it. And it's like, if you guys are with me, you're with me. If you're not, you're not. Either way,
keep it stepping in it regardless.
Keep it stepping regardless. So I'm with it. If you have to do that, you have to do that. So,
I'm exactly the same. Even with like holidays, I've never been on holiday by myself. But I am planning one.
Okay, that's the next question.
Okay.
That's another one. That's a cinema and holidays are different.
Okay, that's different. Cinema, yeah. Have you ever been to the cinema place?
I haven't, and I don't think I want to. I don't think I want to, because I don't know. For me, it's like I like to go to the cinema with people. At least like one extra person. Does have to be a lot because I like to talk to them about it afterwards. Because normally after cinema, I go grab some food or something like that. We can just talk about it. Yeah. And I like that. Because if it's like, I come out the cinema by myself, I have no one to talk to. Am I meant to call someone?
But this is me with the whole holiday thing. So when I'm holidaying, I got to do it with someone because it's like everything that you experience, even stuff at the airport, from the airport, there's stuff that you always want to talk to somebody about. Or just, if you're by yourself, you're just like, you're keeping everything to yourself. So I can imagine you watch the movie, okay, maybe you're not talking during the movie, but sometimes you do, like, there's questions, or who's that, or whatnot. Yeah, But at the end of the movie, it's like you really wanted, like, even with us, when we saw the film, we really wanted to talk about it, but we said, nah, we got a podcast, let's just cool down, let's just wait. So I could imagine it being in person, like you've gone by yourself and you're just like, who do I just grab off the street to tell about this film?
Okay, it depends. Okay, and it depends which movie. If it's a proper like Marvel opening night, I won't be by myself.
Yeah.
But when I'm just feeling, Saturday night, I'm feeling like a movie, I'm going by myself.
Standard.
Maybe not Saturday. It was a Monday night, which is maybe even sadder. I don't know why.
Nothing wrong with that.
But like you said, you want to go to dinner after, discuss it. So my next question is, dinner and a movie, or movie then dinner?
You know what? I've tried both. I've gone before and I've gone after. But I feel like afterwards is better. I just feel like... better. Especially if you're watching a film that's at least like 2 hours minimum, afterwards you get a little hungry, especially if you don't buy, them expensive snacks in the cinema or whatnot. Afterwards, yeah, man.
Wait, so you're saying you have dinner then cinema?
No. I have dinner afterwards. That's
cinema then dinner.
Cinema then dinner, yeah. That's what I'm saying, yeah. That makes way more sense for me. I just feel like, because when I had food, before cinema, I felt tired.
I get tired.
I don't know why am I pitching this question like a sort of date scenario, like...
That's another one of my questions, but go on.
Yeah, I'm picturing this as a date scenario. Like, I don't really see, like, either with brothers, family, or whoever, just going, all right, we're going to eat, then we watch a film, or we're going to watch a film, then eat.
To be fair, I do it with my brother.
You do it with your brother?
I do it with my brother.
Okay, I'm not even thinking of it in that way.
Because the last time I went cinema with my brother, the last time before that, actually, he fell asleep. And I was so mad at this guy. Not only that, but he spilled all the popcorn as well.
I swear.
He spilled all the popcorn and I was fuming. And I said to him, listen, the next time we go cinema, the next time, if you want to come cinema with me, you can't fall asleep, bro. If you fall asleep again, then I'm not taking you.
Wasting my money.
This boy now, he's awake.
Yeah.
He's awake. So now, because he's like, because if I'm not going with my girl, then I'm going with my brother.
You're going to go with
100%. Yeah.
But no, I just picture it as a sort of date sort of thing. And I would say, not that I've been on many dates here. I would say I'd probably do the movie first. No, the dinner first, then the movie.
Depends on the time, though,
movie
innit?
first, and then dinner. You already have something to speak about.
Yeah.
For like a good 20-30 minutes. You're talking
it's
about
true,
movies.
it's
Think
true.
about it, because after cinema, like, if you've already eaten, what are you doing after cinema?
What
You're
are you
going home.
doing? Yeah,
You're not
and-
trying to go home, though, are you big
Yeah,
man?
you
Yeah,
want to
no, you're
discuss
right,
the
you're right,
movie
you're right,
on
you're
the
right.
journey home.
You're right. But then, okay, let's say if it's a first date now, it's like this is the first time you're meeting them and you're rushing into the cinema straight away.
No.
I'll be real with you. I'm never going to cinema on the first
On
date.
the
On a
this is what I'm
first
saying.
I
It's not-
can't do that. That's dead.
but
like.
then I could have the dinner and then go movie on a first date. I could do that. Because for the dinner, we're chatting and we're talking and we're eating.
But I don't know. I just feel like as a first date, why would you want to go cinema though? Don't you want to like an activity
Because I'm
or
not
anything
including
like
the
that?
I'm not including the cinema as like that's the main part of the date. For me, the main part of the date is the food and us talking and us getting to know each other.
Okay.
And then the movie is like the second
Okay.
half of the date, and
Okay.
the lights are off
Okay.
and all that kind of stuff. So
Oh,
that's it really for me. What about you?
First date, I would not go to the cinema. I would not. I get what you're saying. Cinema then dinner, or dinner then cinema, but I just wouldn't. I'd get bad vibes from that person. If they suggested that,
Bad vibes.
yeah, I just
She's giving it from a female perspective, and I completely understand that.
Bad
Thank you.
vibes.
Because I'm not gonna lie to you, Ozzy. If I was a woman, ain't no man taking me to a cinema on the first date.
Really?
No, man.
Nah.
I can't. I just like.
There's
I want to do stuff. Like, I
there's
don't
nothing
mind.
wrong
I
with
don't
it.
mind food, but it's like I want to do like.
also have
I
some
understand.
imagination.
Some fun.
I understand if someone came up to you and said, "Yeah, first date cinema," but I'm saying dinner. Like I proposed dinner. I'm taking you out to eat.
They're not gonna say no.
Exactly.
Of course.
And then after it's like, yeah,
But then
this
maybe-
film is also, let's watch that after.
But I mean, maybe like if you guys get serious on that, then down the line she'll probably grow you saying,
How could you take me to the cinema for the first? It's true.
Yeah.
I will say I have actually done that. Dinner, and then we went to cinema, and I conked out
That's what I'm
for the whole thing. It was for
That's why I don't do
something.
it.
It was the recent movie, and I was asleep for the whole thing.
Really?
Yeah.
That tired?
Safe to say it didn't work out in the
Oh.
end. But that wasn't because of me, but yeah. I'm just saying, I might have.
If you're
might have
watching this,
encouraged that.
she's blaming you. What's your next question?
Okay, so the week that we're recording this, I don't know when it's going to go out, is Sunday was the Oscars. So I want to know if you guys have ever watched the Oscars before.
I'll be real, yeah. The most I've watched of the Oscars
It's
is
Will
Will
Smith.
Smith slapping that guy, man.
But beauty, bro.
Is Will Smith slapping Chris Rock. Honestly, that's the most I've seen of the Oscars. I feel like the Oscars give so many actors validation and whatnot, and it's become a big thing. But I think a few years ago, I even think, was it Jada Pickett Smith, obviously Jada's Will's wife.
Yeah.
It was a big thing how she was like getting onto the Oscars about loads of black people not winning awards. Like they'll be good enough to be nominated.
That's
but
why I don't watch it really.
yeah,
to be
they
honest,
wouldn't.
like-
The black people wouldn't really be winning the awards. So it's just one of those things where it's like the Grammys as well. Like genres where you feel like black people should get the recognition for, they wouldn't normally get them unless it's put in our sort of category, urban sort of category. So no, I don't really pay attention to the Oscars. I look to what the streets are saying about a film to know whether an actor did well or whatnot. I'm not really too concerned about the Oscars at all.
I always feel like I see what wins at the Oscars, and then when I go and watch it, it's
Like,
really
this is-
not.
This ain't it.
Nah,
not it.
it's not it.
Because for me, I just look at it like, you look at a guy like Will Smith. He's been in so many great films, box office films, everything. And it took him so long to win one Oscar.
One Oscar.
Yeah.
One. And that will probably be the last one he wins.
Yeah.
Especially after the slap.
Oh, after that's it. He's done.
And that's
He's
just crazy
done.
to me because it's like Will Smith has given so much to like the entertainment business,
Industry,
whether it's like shows, movies, he's done so much, and I just don't feel like he's been given his flowers like that.
Yeah,
You
that's
know what I
true.
mean? Especially with the slap. I mean, you can't be violating man's wife like that.
Who? Chris Rock?
Nah.
No, Chris
See,
Rock,
this
yeah.
is where we're gonna like disagree.
I'm going to disagree with him
He
as well.
was he was completely in the wrong.
I mean, he
I'll
laughed
pose
first.
this question:
Well,
if
who-
that
yeah,
was
yeah, he
Ricky
did.
Gervais or I think Jimmy Kimmel hosted it this year,
Yeah.
would he have slapped that
Yeah,
guy?
because he did make a joke
Oh,
about
Yeah.
no.
about getting slapped or whatnot. I don't think he would have done that. And I think Chris Rock was right in saying it's because it's me, because it's my
Yeah.
stature, because of like how you perceive like I would take a hit like that is why he did it. Because if
Yeah.
it was a
But
bigger
apparently,
and badder
but they were
person,
saying it was more than that though, because like he's been acting like Jada, not only just that time, but even previously before.
Maybe.
So I'm just saying, no.
Maybe. I don't know about that. But if it was Dwayne the Rock Johnson who made that joke, he's not. Will Smith is not.
Obviously, like you're not gonna like. You know who you're capable against, innit? You know what I'm saying? It's not like someone that's like maybe like 5'3" ain't gonna come step to me because like they know business.
When I first watched it, I was so confused. I can't lie to you guys.
I thought it was a skit.
Like who's sitting in the back? Is it Lupita that's sitting behind him? And it's like her eyes are like. It's almost like, is this part of the script or whatnot? But yeah, other than that, I ain't be watching the Oscars. I'll be real with you.
Fair enough.
What about you?
I did watch it this year for like the second time, and it was interesting. It was interesting, but all of the films that were there, it's just like they're not for the streets. These are not films that I would actually be
They're
watching.
not rating nothing at all.
So yeah.
Got any more icebreakers?
I have.
Go on.
If you've got, okay, let me set the scene.
Let's go.
It's Sunday night. Went to cinema. You with your girlfriend. You with your little siblings.
Yeah.
Okay. You get to the counter. What are you buying in terms of snacks?
I'm getting. I love M&Ms, you know. M&Ms, that's my go-to. That's literally all I will get.
Really?
Yeah, I've got a hot dog maybe once. I don't really buy popcorn like that because I'm bringing my own in.
Yep.
But yeah, slushies, because obviously I like to put my Magnum in there.
Yeah.
To enjoy a little sip whilst I'm watching, you know. Sorry, mum, but yeah.
I feel like with me, I'm Mr. Basic. I'm always with the popcorn. Even if it's the popcorn at the counter, I can't lie. There's sometimes for convenience where it's been like I'm running, like, we know adverts take half an hour, so we factor all these things in. We end up actually rushing to the cinema more time because we're like, damn, it started. Anytime I get there, more than 5 times out of 5, I'm like asking the person, has the movie started yet? That's the thing. And more time, I don't want to waste any more time. So it's like I don't even stop off at Sainsbury's, Tesco's, or none of that. I'm literally straight buying the popcorn for £8. For £8, yeah, literally, that's what I end up doing, to be fair. And that's literally all I get. There's only one time I've maybe like tried like the nachos and whatnot. Probably got a hot dog one time.
Yeah,
I've tried
nachos.
But it's like I just feel like I shouldn't be bringing smelly hot food into the cinema, innit? Like I know people bring McDonald's. I never knew this was a thing. People bring McDonald's and all that sort of stuff. They put in their bag and they munch it in the cinema. I never knew about that. I just know that there's cinema food only. And yeah, I just stick to popcorn.
Bro, the things I've seen in the cinema room, I've seen wasabi. Like people be roaming around Chinatown, they're coming in, they're just like leaving their stuff all over. Yeah, man.
Once I have bought in Five Guys, but I was actually like, I was late for the film at the time, so I had to get my food.
You weren't scared of stinking up the cinema?
I was thinking like, was it
yeah,
like,
you know,
as well? You know,
yeah,
Five
like
Guys is that burgers are hefty as well, you know.
No, it was okay.
Can't even concentrate on the movie.
It was great. It was a great experience, but yeah.
My girl's in there munching.
Proudly by myself as well.
Oh, I love it.
Unfortunately, no, that wasn't by myself, but yeah.
I feel like these are some good icebreaker questions.
Thank you.
Really kind of, eased
the
nerves,
nerves,
nerves a little bit because it's the 3rd podcast. But by episode 10, there'll be no nerves at all. We'll be plain sailing. But yeah, from this point onwards, just letting you guys know, we will be talking about Creed 3. So if you've not watched it, just pause this podcast and come back, as what we're going to discuss may contain some spoilers. So to get into this first, let's talk about the plot, guys. How did you feel about the overall plot of this film?
You go first.
Oh, okay, the boys go first now. All right. You know what? Overall, I liked it.
Yeah.
It was very predictable.
Yeah,
I thought, especially from when we've seen the trailers, we kind of knew how it was going to play out. But I do, especially because it was like Michael B. Jordan's directorial debut as well. Without, what's his name? Is it
Rocky?
Rocky, yeah. I can't remember his real name.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yep.
Yeah.
My guy.
So this was really like him becoming, like Creed becoming his own character.
Yeah.
Without having to worry
Stepping
about,
away from the Rocky.
you know what I'm saying,
character.
coming out of that shadow, and it's like, it's brilliant. I had only one problem though with the plot, and I thought it was kind of wasted a little bit.
Okay.
And it was the part where his mum died.
I didn't think that's what you were gonna say.
that was
I
my
have things to say about that as well.
that was my problem, because it was like, okay, I understand. Obviously, she had a stroke previously. She had the second stroke now, but it was like, when I'm really going ahead now, but when you're going to like the final fight, it was like there was no tribute. Like there was nothing. It was just like, she's gone.
Yeah, my mom's gone.
I
And it
agree.
was like,
That's it.
I just feel like, I was like, man, they didn't really need to add that in. Like, I feel like they just added it in to kind of just add something. dramatic.
That's
And that was
true.
it.
No, I agree with that. I don't think that was needed
Yeah.
at all for his mum to die. I don't know what it added to the film.
Didn't add anything.
I agree.
That wasn't really my problem with the plot at all. But I think my problem with the plot was, I don't think we delved deeper into what happened with the guy that he beat up.
That's another thing.
Like, you know, the guy that he beat up.
I was thinking to myself.
Damien.
You know, not
No.
Damien.
Before.
Yeah, the guy that was beating him up during his childhood. I forgot his
His
Yeah.
name was Lee. Was it Lee?
I can't remember.
Can't remember.
This is what I'm saying. It was like,
I can't.
it had that much trauma to his life, yet not that much significance for me to remember his name.
Yeah. I
But
felt
it
like
caused so much trauma.
Yeah.
It led to Damien getting arrested and whatnot. I wanted to know what exactly, because I think when Adonis sees him as a kid and he beats him up, like raging. So you're thinking this guy's done the mad thing. I thought they were going to talk about molestation or some sort of like go into what actually happened. But all I got from it is got beat up a few times from the guy. That's all I got.
Yeah.
So I don't think that was dived into as much as it could have.
Yeah.
But in terms of the actual plot, like you said, predictable, very predictable, just based off the trailer. The trailer's already telling us the direction the movie's gonna go, where they want to take us. It's just about how well executed it's gonna be. That's literally it. But the trailer was very predictable. Not trailer. The actual plot was very predictable, very well written, to the point where we're not even worrying about how predictable this is. It just kind of looks good, to be fair. It looks real good. So one thing I wanted to ask you guys, how do you feel about that in terms of, let's say obviously me and your boys now, the situation.
I was thinking about this a lot.
Yeah, there's a situation now. You run into someone outside. I'm dealing with it. It's the guy's done something to me, so obviously I'm taking out my frustrations with this guy and beating him up or whatnot. Obviously he gets this guy to run up on me, and then you come with a gun, with a pistol, whatever, and you scare them away. Feds come, same situation as what happened, and I run, and you go down.
Okay. I wouldn't be, just because of who I am, right? I wouldn't be mad, because at the end of the day, if the roles were reversed, if I was in that situation, I probably would have done the same thing. Like, let's be real. Like, we're humans. We're not really.
He was young as well.
He was young as well, so you don't really want to be getting to
Are
that.
you hearing this? I'm just saying, if you guys are in that scenario, just know.
Yeah. I'm listening.
I back my boys. But when you're that age, like, come on, man, it's different, especially in America as well. Like, you know, he could have died for all we know, innit? So he did the right thing, but
What, by running?
he had to run. He had to run, because realistically, it's like, if he didn't run, bro, he was probably going to go to jail as well.
For
if anything.
pulling out a gun when
So-
it's not even your own gun.
Like-
It's like not even your own decision.
But it's his mess.
It is his mess, but the guy shouldn't have pulled out a gun.
That's
What was-
exactly what
he
I was
was dealing
thinking.
with it.
Yeah, he was pretty good. He didn't need to pull out the gun.
Yeah.
He could have just left that. And it's like, that's kind of like, so if I ran and you pulled out a gun, I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, especially if you're my boy.
Yeah,
We all
because
know how
the whole
goes,
the
innit?
whole movie, I was just thinking about. I understand Damien.
I understand.
I understand him.
I understand him. I like that he was not like a very obvious villain.
Yeah.
He was very much so like just someone who's had a really tough past and just wants to follow his dreams. But they could have easily made him like just, I'm just Mr. Mean, Mr. Unhappy, whatever. And they made him like
But
very
he
convincing.
obviously had those intentions. He was plotting on on Adonis from time.
Yeah, I was gonna
That's one thing I did like. Like, he was plotting, like, because it was well executed in terms of him, just being humble. I don't need your money, bro. I don't need nothing.
Yeah.
I just
Said he was so humble at
He
the start.
was.
Yeah.
So humble, but it was like, you could see the determination and commitment from him. And it's like, when he got to where he needed to be, he just like said, I don't need you no more.
He just let loose.
You remember that scene on the beach?
on the beach, yeah.
Yeah.
For me, that scene there was like the turning point for me. Because if you remember when Adonis was walking away, he said, "Oh, run like you always do."
Yeah.
And for me, I was watching it like, oh my days, because that one is literally like has unlocked memories from childhood.
Yeah.
Because obviously he ran away when he was in trouble, and I was like, wow, that one lit a fire up in him, and I feel like from that point on, he really wanted to prove that I'm not that same guy that runs away. Like I'm really here to stay, kind of thing. And
walked up to him and got bangs.
walked up and got banged. I was thinking, I was like, you have to bang me back.
Yeah, you have
bang
to.
it back.
No.
I'm saying it.
Okay, I have a bit of a strong opinion. Just that I did enjoy the movie and it was good, very predictable, but it followed the same kind of plot that the first and second one did, but also all sports films do.
Yeah.
And that's what I realised. However, I was not convinced. Jonathan Majors, great. But the whole him going from being an ex-convict, I guess, 18 years in prison, to fighting 2 heavyweight champions. I
was about to say, I did have an issue with that.
You had to really suspend your disbelief, and I just couldn't.
Yeah. I did have an issue with that, but that's me watching the trailer. I was thinking, how are they gonna? All right, we see that he ends up getting a shot. How are they gonna make this shot work? It's just unrealistic.
It's unrealistic.
You know, and I did like a point in the film where Adonis did say it's impossible. What you're asking of me is legit impossible.
That's true.
I wish that he stuck to that.
Same.
I don't understand how.
Sorry to call you off, but he felt obligated to at the same time because that's his childhood friend.
I know, but it
didn't. It feels like he owes him.
It
right?
did not make any sense.
Not a title fight. I could owe you to get behind you and to get you a good exhibition match and to slowly like build you up. But it's like he wanted the world title straight away.
Yeah, this is where I feel like they should have made the movie maybe just a little bit longer.
He said,
like,
I got
because
it was gas in the tank.
He had what 1 or 2 or 3 couple sparring fights. We'll probably count one hand the amount of sparring fights he had, and then he had the one fight against the Prodigy as well.
Yeah.
And I was just like, nah, it's too soon.
It's
too soon. Like. Because that's what made it so predictable, because it was like you were always going to lose.
I thought what was going to happen is that he was going to go through a string of fights and it's just be like, yo, this guy's a machine, like a machine that nobody knew. So I thought we were going to get scenes where you're just seeing him beat down guys and literally deserving this world title, but he literally had
2
one fight to get it.
Yeah, 2 heavyweight champions. And correct me if I'm wrong, I'm a casual boxing fan.
So am I.
Felix, the heavyweight champion at the time, and Dame, completely different weight classes. Is that just me?
She's right.
That
you're
She's right. She's right.
Ooh, because you know the thing about Jonathan Majors, I've watched like
even Adonis. They're not the same.
They're not the same.
Like he talks about his workout regime. He works like twice a day. You know, in terms of eating, I think he said one time he don't eat chicken like that. All that stuff there, and it's like
he's big.
He's massive, bro. When I saw him, what was the Felix? I was like, this
doesn't make any sense.
But the thing is, he's a dirty guy, you know.
Who?
Yeah.
What?
Damien.
Yeah, Damien. Yeah.
When he was in the fight, I was like, this brother would do anything
to win.
And I love it, but at the same time, it's like I hate it.
I liked it because you know what? It was slightly reminding me of don't kill me, guys. Tommy Fury and Jake Paul. Do you know why I was saying it reminds me? Yeah, because I said to people about that fight, I said, "There's no way Jake Paul is beating Tommy Fury on points." I said that's not happening. The only way he wins this is if he knocks him out, and I didn't think that was happening either. No. With what we saw between Damien and Felix, I said on points, Felix is gonna wipe his ass.
Yeah.
On points. Yeah. But the only way he would win is if he knocked him out. So that's why when he was doing like the little, I think he graze him and he was doing little things, and the ref was saying that's minus this and minus that. You don't care because he knows he's only gonna win the fight for a knockout. So he was literally going to go as far as possible to the point. Did he cut his eye or he...
Yeah.
He went so far to the point where he's like, I've injured him that much.
Cut his eye.
Yeah.
His upper arm as well.
Yeah. He went to... I injured this guy so much to the point where he's going to be so weak and I knock him out. He's not relying on fighting clean and...
Yeah, he's not a clean fight. He's a dirty fight.
He's been in prison. Like, obviously he was fighting there and obviously there was probably dirty fights in prison. But in terms of the plot and how everything was, I do agree with you in terms of... It was a bit like, wait, how did you get here?
Yeah.
How did you get here? And even to consider that his character is older than Adonis, and Adonis is retired.
They kept saying, "Oh, he's older than you,"
and he's retired. Adonis is retired. So how does this guy got some gas in the tank?
I also feel like Adonis, they didn't really like convince me that he was retired, out of it, whatnot. All his training scenes, I was like, he looks in shape, and he doesn't look like he's, out of shape or anything.
Basically, he didn't look like Rocky in the old.
Yeah,
Rocky was like fully. So old band is done.
Yeah, but like, so for me, that like training scene, it didn't mean anything to me. In Rocky, that training scene is a big deal, and to me, I was just
because it builds it up. You feel like, yo, I'm with you. Yeah, that train.
To be fair,
it didn't. I agree with what
there
you're
was
saying.
not enough emphasis that he was out of it. There wasn't a big enough threat, and Dame is a huge threat, but to me, there wasn't a big enough you can't do it. You're so old now. Like there was nothing. None of that.
There was a bit where he was he got in the ring with Drago's son. I think he was
when he was training.
Creed 1 and 2. Was he in 2?
Creed 2.
He was definitely 2. Yeah. So he got in the ring with him, and I think that was their whole montage of him. All right, I'm getting back into this, because I think he was getting beaten.
Yeah.
I was gonna say there was another part in that when I think he said, he was ready to just call it a day, innit?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh no, it's just too much for him.
Yeah, and then
that's when he had the flashbacks, all that stuff there, and then it's like from there, it's like he became Hulk.
He became Hulk and literally went in and just gave it to Drago's son. So that's the turning point. But in terms of like the whole plot and it being realistic about Damien getting to where it was, I wasn't with that. I did like how it included Tessa Thompson's character. What was her name again? Bianca. I don't know why we keep on forgetting her name. The only main names is Adonis and Damien. Everybody else is irrelevant. That kind of thing.
I really like her.
Everybody else is like, even finding out, okay, who was the lead for this film, I would say it was both of them. There wasn't a lead. It was literally both of them. And everybody else, they just made everybody else's character seem like fillers, to be fair. And it was just them two. Bianca's Tessa Thompson's character, I do like how her and Adonis kind of shared like a similar sort of, this is what I used to do. So she used to sing, she used to, record and whatnot. And now she's living through other artists. And obviously she's dealing with a lot of pain and a lot of setbacks of, not being able to fulfill what she's normally good at, but she's living it through other artists. The same way Adonis, he's retired now, but he's living through Felix or other boxers that there was like a bit of a marriage between, how, and she's coping with it quite well compared to how he's coping with it. He doesn't know how to deal with anger or deal with tension or anything like other than boxing. Boxing is all he knows. So he was dealing with it harder. And there was parts in the film where she's just like, oh, you don't talk to me. And I just felt like, a lot of guys don't talk to their girls. He's married, they have children. Why don't you talk to her? I'm a talker. So it's like, I get it. Guys go through stuff where you feel like, I can't.
Especially deep stuff like that, where
she was just saying to him, I just want to understand. And
yeah, it's tough, man. I fully get. I like her. She's like the piece to like all his craziness and whatnot. She's really trying to make him calm down, make him actually just relax, take the pressure off him, because he's always putting pressure on himself every time. He's never taking it. He's always 100, 24/7. So to have her around and his daughter as well, shout out to her. She done very well.
She done amazing.
Very well. Like I liked her. She made me laugh. She really wants to be like her dad. I loved it.
That inspired me. I said, yo, I gotta have a kid now. I gotta have a kid now. I don't know who with, but I gotta have a kid now, because to see that, like, you have offspring and your offspring looks at you and like they just want to be like you. It inspires me just to try and be a great person and try to make something of myself, because I would want my kid to look at me the same way. Like, just, she's a girl and she's on, my dad's a boxer, then she's trying to be on the boxing thing as well. It's just like, it doesn't even matter about the gender roles when it comes to that. She just wants to be like her dad. And I just like how they incorporated like the sign language and everything into it. So that was amazing.
It was amazing. I don't feel like in a major Hollywood blockbuster I've ever seen like a deaf character and then make it a really big part of the whole film, where all of her scenes like were basically silent and in sign language. And even when, I don't know if you remember the scene when they went to her school and they were all communicating in sign language because it was deaf school, and Creed starts speaking and then his wife's like, no, like no speaking here, like respect
Yeah,
the environment.
what we
I
do
love
here.
that. I feel like it was such good like deaf representation, which I didn't realize.
That we need that.
Needed,
we need that. It was very beautiful, and the fact that we were able to understand as well, because sign language should just be sign language, and people who actually know how to read it. It could just be that, but I felt like there was audio with it as well, because along every sign someone was explaining what the person was saying, whether the daughter was talking to Damien or Bianca was explaining something to Adonis, whatever it was, the teachers, whatever it was always explained what they were saying. So it was not like we were sitting there thinking, what are they talking about? It was very much mirroring each other. So that was a good part of it as well. I like how his daughter was included. What I didn't like is when Felix was getting his ass beat, Bianca was like, yeah, gotta take her home. Why are you gonna take her home?
Why was she there in the first place when your daughter's violent at school? Why did you think, I'm gonna bring her to a boxing match where her dad's not even boxing, was just a street thug, no offense. Yeah. And Felix, like, it was just
no, but it's true though.
Yeah,
it's true. And when she was like, we gotta go because my man's getting beaten up.
Yeah, that's true.
When my man's getting beaten up, I was like, that's not how it works. She has to stay.
She has to film that, man. She has to see that, man. So they'll say, because she might be a boxer in the future as well.
Honestly,
you know what I mean?
That's probably where the whole thing is gonna go.
That's
You're
what
gonna
I
get
feel like.
Rocky, Creed, and then Amara. Is that it?
Amara, yeah.
I feel like in years to come, that's gonna be the next thing.
What, Rocky?
No,
Rocky
Amara.
coming back? Or just Amara?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were saying bring Rocky back.
No,
No, they'll definitely pass on. You'll definitely pass on.
I
the
feel like
torch
that's
in
gonna
due
be
Oh,
the
so you
next.
think there'll be a Creed 4?
Like
There's
in,
definitely-
you
There's
know,
room for it.
There's
Room for another 3 films. I feel like
Yeah.
what they've maybe not 3, maybe 2 more.
I can only stomach one.
Really?
They're all the
There's been
same.
3.
I really enjoy them, but they're all the same thing.
I feel like what they've tried to do with Michael B. Jordan is take it away from the typical sort of, because before there were Rocky films,
Yeah.
and up to that number 2, has been about Rocky.
Mm-hmm.
Even though Adonis was coming into it, a lot of it still had to do with Rocky. This was the first film individually where they said, forget all of that Rocky stuff. This is literally
This is
about
Creed.
Adonis. Like, we're moving it to about Adonis Creed fully.
Yeah.
So I think from here we could, like you said, go into his daughter, Mara, go into all sorts of things, where I feel like they're going to branch off the typical sort of boxing film. But we'll see what happens, to be honest. But that was the plot for me. I did like the plot, as you said, predictable, but because of how it was executed, which we're going to move on to now, talking about the characters in particular, how it was executed, made the plot good, to be fair. If we would speak about the characters, who was your favourite characters?
Damien. But simply because Jonathan
Damien as well.
Majors, the upcoming actor of like the moment right now, he's great.
Amazing.
He's really like embodies the character. He really, like I said, he didn't just fall into the typical villain role. He really did like give me like just, the first half of the movie, he was really convincing as like, I just don't want your money. I just want a chance. And then towards the end of the movie, he was great.
Yeah.
He was great. And yeah, Michael B. Jordan. What do you think?
I liked Jonathan Majors, man. I don't know. I feel like he has the best like facial expressions in the whole of the industry.
Scene.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
God, when Felix was on the ground, I was like, God damn, this boy is serious. But like his face like told so many stories.
So many stories.
A man who had been through so much
Pain.
18 years in jail, and you're seeing the guy basically living the life you're meant to live. That's painful, man.
It's painful.
It's painful, and a lot of people do go through that in real life, like, and it hurts, innit?
Yeah.
But I like the way he went about it. It was just like, yeah, you're really that guy.
Yeah.
Like I really liked like the end of it as well. Like this is when like, he's humbled now. He's lost the fight.
Yeah.
I whatnot. And he still did him and Adonis's secret handshake.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, they still love each other, but I don't feel like their friendship will be
Yeah,
the same.
no,
Yeah.
it can't be the same. No,
Yeah.
but then it does remind us of actual boxing fights where loads of people trash talk before. Like every single boxing fight, it took a long time for me to actually like watch boxing casually, and you feel like the build up to the fight. There's so much hatred. There's so much tension. There's so much. I want to almost kill the guy, not beat you, kill you.
Yeah.
And then when the fight is done, is literally most respect, my bro. Like you're a good fighter, man. Just keep going. And I'm just like,
what was all of that for?
yeah, so what was all of that for? Like, literally every single boxing fight. There's only a few, like, you know, AJ ones where I love AJ. There's loads of fights where I like his character where if the guy's not bringing it to him, he's just like, well, boxing's professional. Like, it's not going to be me getting into you, you getting into me. It's just certain fighters. I'm trying to think of a fighter that got onto AJ and brought out the dark side of AJ. I'm trying to think.
Probably Dylan White.
Probably Dylan White.
Dylan White. That's as far as they could go.
Probably Dylan White, yeah. But everybody else, he's kept it like sort of... even the guy that gave him his first loss, Ruiz.
Yeah. Kept it.
Yeah,
kept
you know,
humble,
like, kept it up, probably even hugged him after losing. You know he's going to get his belt back and whatnot. And he's like, it's on the contract. You're going to fight again, that kind of thing. But, you know, I like that, how they did that, incorporated that to the movie where they're both like, you know, respect and whatnot at the end of it.
Yeah, I just wanted to add, like, the chemistry between Michael B. Jordan and Jonathan Majors. I just feel like this is what annoyed me the most. I just feel like they could have carried on this story into like a second film. Because I just feel like they're so good on screen together. You can see the connection they have, the way they look at each other, the way they deliver their lines to each other. I'm just
agree.
like, man, you two, man, you are really the goats right now.
No, I agree fully with that. I literally, you know, when you can feel the chemistry. And the main bit of the chemistry was actually tension. It was just tension. I can't lie. I felt that I was watching it a bit on. I don't feel comfortable here. There's something in the air.
Was there this one scene when I think when Damien he went to Adonis's house and they were talking. Remember out at the fire and that, and he was like, "Oh, he didn't tell you about us."
Yeah,
it's crazy.
I was just like, what's wrong with this guy?
Yeah, like you know what I'm saying? Like, he's
what's going on here?
Buzzing, bro.
Yeah, what is actually going on here? Like, I could feel the tension between them both, and it's not malice sort of tension at the start, like we're talking about at the start. You just know that there's something in the air, and you can feel it from Michael B. Jordan, and you can feel it from Jonathan Majors, but you just don't know what it is. And as the story goes on, it does unfold a little bit as to why, but you can't really tell at the start. You could just feel that you know, and a lot of films is like we have to visualize it first before we could understand what's happening. But with that, just the little eyes, you know, it's in the eyes or it's in the movements, you could be like, yeah, something's off.
And something's not being said.
Yeah.
And like, someone's not being...
That's what it was. But I was really, like I said earlier, I felt like they both led this film. There's no lead characters.
I think they did. I've read something interesting that's like Michael B. Jordan, obviously, he did direct this film as well. And that his own professional career is mirroring Creed's. Yeah. That Creed owns this boxing franchise. Yeah, and he's so he's taken a step back and he's a coach now, kind of thing. And same with Michael B. Jordan, he's taken a step back and he's gonna be director, kind of thing. And like their lives are mirroring each other. It's really interesting. Yeah,
no, I was really impressed by both of them. I won't lie to you. There were, like I said, everybody else took a back seat for this one, and these two were like, this is our film. Yes. So it'll be interesting to see what they do next. Oddly, I just want to talk about like the music choices. To be fair,
when they were coming out.
Yeah, the music. I can't lie to you.
I like Jonathan Majors as one though.
I can't lie to you. It just made me miss Nipsey Hussle, fam.
Last time
we had two Nipsey Hussle songs to his Damien's entrances, and I was a big Nipsey fan. Yeah, so obviously when he died, like, you know, when a piece of you like you feel I don't know this guy. But like, because I relate to the music, listen to the music, it's like you just don't know you actually don't know what to do. You bug out. So I bugged out when Nipsey died, and I was mad upset for a long time. And it's like the music he gave us, there's not going to be any more of that. Yeah. And I just felt like Nipsey was at a point where he wasn't at the top yet, but he was getting there. He was getting there. I felt like the album, that his last album, his only studio album, I felt like that was just to get him worldly recognized by a lot of people, and he had so much to offer after that. When I had heard those two songs come on in the entrances, and you know, like cinema speakers, you can proper like
really feeling.
I could feel it. So like those choices there, I'm like, I'm missing Nipsey Hussle, but they were amazing choices. I think there was a song with Kalani as well. Yeah, I know you like Kalani.
Yeah, some Kalani.
Yeah, I know you like Kalani.
She's like, when she was singing that, I felt that. I was mad. I was like, oh my days, this woman can sing so good. But I just wanted to add, there was one scene that almost had me. It had me a little bit emotional. And it was that one scene was
The
the
mum
mum scene when
The
she
one that
died.
you complained
Oh.
about.
The one that I don't like.
Yeah, the one that he doesn't like.
Do
Yeah.
you know, I didn't like it, but it was like, I hear it, innit? Because for me, it was just like he had lashed out at her because he had finally found out why he wasn't getting the letters, and obviously his mum was keeping the letters, just because of fear, as all black mothers are, especially when your son is associated with someone that's going to jail. You want to protect your son.
Yeah.
And I like that she took accountability for that. She had no shame, you know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, if she didn't do that, who knows what would have happened with Adonis? Would he still be here right now? You don't know.
No.
So I really did like that part. But it was like when she died, and obviously, you know, he was all upset. I was just like, man, I'm just thinking about it. Like when someone's about to pass, it's like you think about the last conversation you had with them.
Yeah.
And for him, it hurt him so much because of obviously of what he said. He was saying, oh, like your 2 children, they didn't even like me or anything like that.
Yeah.
Damien was more of a brother to me, all that stuff there. Like, so it's like everything really came out.
How did they have that last conversation before she died, by the way?
You know what? Yeah, I couldn't really understand.
I didn't understand that. I thought she had a stroke. Like, for strokes, like, I hope I'm not wrong here, but with strokes, I thought maybe people lose their speech and it's a bit hard over time for you to recover.
I think they're all I don't know. I think they're all a bit different depending on severity.
Yeah, because they had a good last minute chat before
Yeah.
she decided to call it a day. So
I don't want to laugh when you said it.
Yeah, they had a good chat before
decided to call it a day. I don't know.
Not everybody gets a goodbye though. That's the scary thing about death. Not everybody gets a goodbye. I feel like that conversation was a goodbye in a way.
Yeah, definitely.
And you know, it was just a bit like, oh, okay, I thought you had a stroke here, but
yeah, like she's still around.
yeah, she still seems a bit healthy.
That's why when I saw the coffin now,
yeah, it's like, oh man.
I know. I thought she was gonna pull through, but
yeah, that's what I thought. Man, you got to see my man in one more fight at least.
Yeah,
one more fight.
You know. But how do you feel about the music, Ash?
I don't have too much to say about the music, just because I saw Kalani in it. I liked that song, and I liked
I feel like there were old
that
song choices.
kind
It was not
of-
like
yeah.
you know when Black Panther came out, it was a whole
it
new
was all
soundtrack.
new soundtrack, which is what I was expecting.
This was
but
not an original soundtrack.
I liked how it
They blew
kind
the
of
budget.
brought up.
They really did, you know.
Yeah, I liked how it brought up Bianca's storyline of her having progressive hearing loss, something, and Kalani had to sing her song. I think that was what was being brought up.
Yeah,
I liked that it kind of. I wish it did a little bit more for Bianca's storyline, given that she's a music artist and she's no longer singing or anything. I wish there was a bit more emphasis on music, her original music, and then put out an original soundtrack. I feel like that would have been really cool.
Yeah, I think original soundtrack would have been good, but the choices they made were pretty solid.
Can't really complain.
Yeah, you can't really complain with that. The last bit I kind of want to touch on is the cinematography of the film and the way they presented certain things. To me, I can't lie, when I was seeing his house, I was just like, black excellence. I was just like, black excellence. Like, you know, when you make it, the way everything was just flawless. The way I would have done it is how he done it. I said, if I had this money, I would do exactly like you, bro.
100%.
Literally. And when Damien came into the house and it's showing, like, I think he said you got see-through floors or something like that. And it was just like...
Yeah, because he saw the door.
Yeah.
He was like, right.
I just love the way they portrayed it and they shot his wealth.
Yeah.
I loved how they shot his wealth. And it just shows you, you know, if you make it and if you're successful, this is what you can get. So it's inspiring. So that's one thing for me. And another thing for me was the fight scenes, the cinematography.
Which I did not enjoy.
Because I was going to say, I don't know if you guys know this, but you know, Michael B. Jordan's a big anime fan.
I heard that, yeah.
Yeah, so you know that those fight scenes were very anime inspired.
Yeah.
You guys have watched anime, right?
Yeah.
I'm not a very big anime fan.
I'm not the biggest fan.
But I've dabbled in it, a little bit of Attack on Titan here and there. But what I will say is that I liked when, like, they showed Adonis. I don't know if it was the first, like, introduction fight to the movie.
Yeah.
I don't know if I think it was that fight, or maybe the last one, where it's like he's analyzing his opponent, and it's like it goes into where, like, oh yeah, this is his weak point. Like, he saw it, and then especially even when, like, the punches coming as well. It's like everything slowed down. I think you even saw, like, the sweat on the back.
Yeah.
You really see the impact. I was like, this is just like anime, because in anime they do these things where it's like when the connection's about to happen, everything just slows down. Really,
I think that's a
see the
stamp on the
impact.
film, to be fair, because the other Creed films, it wasn't like that. We were seeing angles from more of like a television sort of angle of actually seeing boxers or when we watch boxing. But what we saw was like a POV, like an actual I'm in the ring. And like you said, the way they slowed things down, you could see the sweat, you could see the weak points of where he was going to hit. It was just very much more we're in Adonis's body.
I had to ask myself though, as a boxing fan, would you enjoy this movie? And for me, the boxing scenes were a bit too more combaty and I guess like closer to like a kung fu movie than it would an actual boxing match. I also, you know, that point where it's just them in the ring. I thought that was really cool. I thought it went on for a bit too long, and I didn't really like when the prison cage came down. I was like, okay,
that was more for Damien. Though.
Yeah, it was more for Damien, and I guess
both of them because like he knows that Damien was in jail, and so it
but
a little bit,
I didn't love. It took me out of the film a little bit, but it was really cool.
Because wasn't it when that part came up? The crowd was gone. There was no like.
It was
music.
it was isolated.
Just isolated. All you heard was them like panting, punching. I was like, I like this. It just emphasizes the fact that this is bigger than a fight. This is more like they have a settle to score.
Score to settle.
A score to
settle. I was gonna let it go.
Yeah, I was gonna let it go as well, but then I said,
I guess like that. Just show that they have a score to settle. Okay, I got that right. And it was I loved it. I loved it honestly. I felt like in terms of fight scenes, I enjoyed the last one in particular because we're all used to the fight scenes of I was expecting Adonis just getting battered up in the ring, and then in round 7 or 8, that's when he has his little moment to kind of like, which he kind of did. He have his moment, but it was very even fight scene.
Yeah,
very even fight scene until the last sort of punch or whatnot. It was very, very even. I'm always used to the villain winning, and then obviously we have the hero grabbing it in, scoring a 90th minute winner to win it. But the way it was equal, I love that. Not saying I didn't know which way it was gonna go.
It should have been a draw.
But it could have been a draw.
Because when they knocked each other out at the same time, they punched each other at the same time.
They said they got that scene from I don't want to be wrong here. Was it Dragon Ball Z?
Yes, it is.
It's Dragon Ball Z.
Because I saw that. Yep.
That's my mom's fault that I didn't watch Dragon Ball Z or this
or Harry
stuff.
Potter.
We will get onto that later. But Mum, she stopped me from watching Digimon, Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, Naruto. So I had a anime free sort of childhood, except for like Beyblade and stuff like that. I got lucky watching that. But apparently you took that scene from there when you said they both knocked each other out. That was awesome.
I loved it.
I wish they both dropped on that, and then it's like, draw, and then the next movie could have been...
Because then sorry, go on.
No, I was going to agree with you. The next movie that's the movie, and Jonathan Majors gets to come back, and that would have been amazing.
That's why I said it. Because they could have started that another movie with them actually having a score to settle by finishing, score to settle by actually finishing that fight because they drew on the last one, and then they could build from whatever they want to do with the movie. But I just feel like it may be the end for Jonathan Major's character. Damien.
That would have been so unexpected as well.
This one, but
that would have been so different for a sports film.
Yeah, because like imagine you saw the end of the film. They're literally saying, rematch. They're signing the contracts, and then it's like, we'll be bro. That would be so mad.
Yeah.
Everyone can dream. Dreaming is free, but damn.
Well, I don't think we're gonna get that part. Overall, what are we giving this as the Movie Club UK official rating?
You know what? When I first came out the cinema, I said a 7. After sitting on it, thinking about it properly, I said no. I gotta give it like a 7.5.
Okay.
I feel like you can't go higher than 8. I feel like 8 max, but I feel like 7.5 is very reasonable. Like it's good. I still feel like it's not the best Creed, but just in terms of like what they tried to achieve with this, I think like they did everything they need to do. Michael B. Jordan did a great job directing it as his first film, so I can't wait to see what he has in the future. But 7.5 for me.
Great.
All Creed movies for me are kind of capped at like a 7 out of 10 just because they kind of follow a similar. I told you already. They follow
sort of boxing film.
Yeah. This one was really good. I think I enjoyed maybe the second one a bit better. I think on reflection, I actually ranked it a little bit lower. I said it's 6.5, but I don't know if I'm being really harsh.
What's a little harsh?
I know.
I'm on the other end of the spectrum here, guys. I'm normally like the pessimist here, but I'm giving this an 8.5.
Okay.
No, that's good.
I'm giving this an 8.5. Reason
respect
being
that.
is because, like we said from the trailer, we knew what we was getting.
It's true.
So I was worried that I was going to go into this film and just be like, yeah, this, you know how it's going to go. But I felt like as we were watching it, it was all unraveling. And the way it was executed, you can't, like you said, you know, sports films, it's very predictable. So I think you cannot execute this better than what Michael B. Jordan did.
Yeah, he did.
You can't. How do you execute this more? The only bits we said with the plot was that he didn't go in on 2 points where we spoke about, you know, what happened in his childhood with the guy, and what was the other thing? His mum just suddenly dying. Like that didn't really need to happen. But other than that,
It's great.
everything was executed so well. So I have to say, it's 8.5.
Yeah.
Okay, you convinced me. I'll go to 7.
You go to 7.
Yeah, I just feel like you can't come at this film and you know you're telling me like that it was boring.
No.
I believe you're lying.
Yeah.
I believe you're lying personally. Like this is a film that there's definitely parts of this film that will get you on your toes, get you like engaged. Yeah, because I've watched films where I'm damn near half asleep.
Yeah, same.
I'm not
Same.
engaged
And you're
myself.
fighting to stay alive in that cinema.
That's what I'm saying.
You spend money for that.
Especially now, like, you know, I'll say bar, like Black Panther, like the films I've watched in the past. Like Thor, for example, annoying.
Yeah.
Damn near falling asleep. I was just like,
Tell me what.
you know what I mean? Thank you.
We'll talk about it.
So yeah, they did a great job. Love it. Well
Yeah.
done to Michael B. Jordan for that.
Cool. So I'd say we'll give it an overall score of an 8 because I went 8.5. You went 7. You went 7.5.
Yeah.
I went 7.5.
Okay.
8 respect
I'm
to
happy with an 8. I
So,
feel like
I
I'm
mean-
being really harsh.
You mean you got it from a 6.5 to an 8, so I respect that.
Exactly.
You done well.
So there we have it, guys. The official rating is an 8 out of 10. This is our first official rating. Let us know what you guys think in the comments on our social media pages, on YouTube, if you agree or disagree. Make sure, again, you like, comment, and subscribe. We'll be back again with our next film. I'm not sure what our next film we'll be reviewing, but we'll leave it to you guys as the audience. We'll put something out and see how you feel. We could be going back in time, or we could be doing another new release. Either way, watch the space because we're coming. See you guys later. Bye.
Thank you.
See you later.
See ya.
Boom.